Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls are your NBA champions for 2015. After beating the Celtics in the Eastern Conference semis, they went on to beat the Cavs and then the Oklahoma City en route to their, I believe, 7th franchise title. But anyway, you can see the players retiring here after the 2014-15 season, most notably Steve Nash and Kevin Garnett that would make the Hall of Fame. And you can see Rick Adelman and Matt Peterson are also retiring from the coaching ranks of the NBA. And you can see we're meeting with our owner, Bernard Patton, before the offseason begins. He has a couple new goals for us, one particularly. He says, we have really good core of players on this team, and I don't want to see any major roster shakeups. Pay attention to what is needed to keep our free agents in Boston. I like some of the guys that are going to free agency, but there's definitely room for improvement on this roster, so I'm not too set in stone on bringing most of the guys back. But we'll see what happens, especially the bench guys. I might try to shake up the bench a little bit. And here you can see the allocated budget. This year I'm putting a lot less into player promotion and stuff like that and putting more into just payrolls for staff and players and arena operations and stuff. So, and you can see we have the 5th and the 7th pick in the lottery. So let's see if we can move up with that lottery or potentially move down. Usually it stays pretty close to what the lottery chances are in the 2K lottery, but we'll see. The 7th pick is coming up, and we end up with the 7th pick. So that's the Grizzlies pick we got from the Zach Randolph trade. But 5th goes by, and 4th goes by, and we end up with the 3rd pick, moving up 2 spots from 5th. That is from the Orlando Magic 2015 pick in the Rajon Rondo trade, the trade in which we got 2 unprotected first-round picks from the Orlando Magic. And you can see we have the 3rd, the 7th, and also the 19th pick. I don't think that's our pick, but I don't remember exactly. Might be our pick. But nonetheless, actually, yeah, I think that is our pick, because I don't know if we had better than the 19th best record. And we can see Brad Stevens is up for an extension. We're going to give him a 3-year contract, or a 3-year extension. He has a 6-year contract in real life, but you can only hire coaches for 3 years in this game. And you can see at assistant, we're going to go to negotiations with Jason Terry. I'm giving him a 3-year contract. I'm telling him, hey, take it. I want Jason Terry on my coaching staff. Hashtag assistant coach Jason Terry, whatever you want to say it. And you can see we're also hiring a new trainer, because we had a lot of injuries this past season, and I do want to limit those a little bit. But anyway, you can take a look at some of the free agents going into free agency, and you can see the only guys that I did not pick up their options were Jamal Franklin, and that was it actually. And then as for the qualifying options, I end up making the qualifying offer to Marshawn Brooks, but not Torrey Murray. I'm not set in stone on bringing Murray back. You can see we throw a contract off for 3 years, and I believe, I can't remember what the exact totals was, to Omer Ashik. We also offer a very small contract to Tayshaun Prince, who was glad to come back on a 1-year, under than $1,000 contract, or under than $1 million contract. And you can see Brad Stevens wants us to draft Doug Sanford. I'm telling him, nope, I don't know who that is, and he's not in my plans to draft. Sorry, Brady. But we are here for the 2015 NBA draft, and the first thing I'm searching for is trades, because I'm not set in stone on building through the draft anymore. And we had a DeMarcus Cousins trade that was interesting, and then we also had Jared Sullinger, Olynyk, in the 7th pick for Drummond, and then my whole franchise flashed before my eyes. I was thinking, oh, I'll draft Andre Drummond, or I'll trade for Andre Drummond, and then I'll sign Kevin Love. And I was like, no, I'm going to stick to what my plan is. And I have a very specific plan heading into this offseason. If you guys are in the stream, you know what it is. But with our 2 draft picks, we're going to take Jahlil Okafor and Marcus Page, 2 young players that I'm not set in stone on keeping on the team for a while. They could just be nice trade chips, but they're really good young players, and they could really help out our team this year, I think. And we're also trading the 19th pick for Norris Cole. That'll be a good backup guard off the bench. That means we don't need Torrey Murray back. And you can see we're going to re-sign Omer Ashik, Marshawn Brooks, and Tayshaun Prince back to our team. They can be really good bench players. And we'll see where we go with them. Anyway, I'm looking at Kevin Love here, and I didn't want to, I was just kind of exploring Kevin Love. I didn't plan on signing him, and I couldn't even offer him the full max. But I go to Roy Hibbert. He wants 4 for $47. That's an AAV of a little under 12. I'm going to give him less years, but more dollars. As you can see, I'm going 3 for $39 right here. Reason being that he's 28 years old, and I don't want to be paying a center $13 million or $12 million when they are 32 years old. So anyway, you can see we're also going to sign Miles Plumlee here as a backup center, as a depth option. And that's pretty much going to do it for free agency. We're just going to advance past this. As you can see, Plumlee ends up signing. And we also did end up getting Roy Hibbert, so that's good. And you can see we're ready for training camp. So here's an extremely sped up version of some of the training camps. But we are not done with the offseason yet. Stick around, guys. We have a couple more moves to make. But I hope you guys did like the moves I made. I wanted to get Roy Hibbert over to DeMarcus Cousins just because Roy Hibbert offers a much better defensive presence. I need my center to be playing defense, especially when my other big man is Jared Sullinger, who does not play a lot of defense. I need a big defensive anchor, basically an upgrade over Omer Ashik. Ashik's going to come back as a 3rd big man, possibly a 4th big man. I think the big man rotation with him, Sullinger, with Ashik, Sullinger, Hibbert, and Okafor is good, which is why I'm probably going to explore trades for Kelly Olynyk. And as for the rest of the bench, we have some pretty good pieces. Marcus Page is going to help that backup point guard spot. He's definitely an upgrade over Torrey Murray. So we're just a lot deeper now, which I like a lot, and we also are a little bit better on the top-heavy side of things. I would definitely say Hibbert's an upgrade over Ashik, just a better defender and really a better offensive player too. So we got upgraded on our first unit, and we really upgrade our second unit. Avery Bradley's still going to be hurt though, and I'm not going to spoil how long he's going to be out for because you'll see it later in the video. But he's going to miss a portion of this season, and it'll be interesting to see how we can do without him. But nonetheless, if you guys do remember, he tear his MCL in the last playoff game last year, Game 7 against the Bulls. But to sum up the training camps, I ended up sending Jared Sullinger and Eric Bledsoe to Untapped Potential, and then I just did a bunch of other ones. I mean, I had 20,000 VC. I don't play my career, my team a lot, so I just have a bunch of VC saved up. So I had tons of VC to spend. I ended up spending about 10,000 on VC on just training camps for these guys, trying to get my team better. But nonetheless, you can see we have some new goals from our owner heading into the 2015-16 season, and you can see he wants to win more games than we did last year. I'm telling him we definitely can do that. We only won 47 last year. I think this is a championship team. I think this is a 50-win team, 55-win team, so I'm definitely going for more than that. He wants 24 minutes from Jahlil Okafor. That's going to be hard to do. We have good big men in our starting unit, and I don't want to take too many minutes away from them, so I'm telling him that's probably not going to happen. But other than that, we are ready to go, and you can see we're just going to auto-generate rookies. I didn't really look into fictional draft classes, which I always say I'm going to do every year, but I never end up doing. But here is the big move that we're making. Kelly Olynyk, and we're going to end up throwing in Miles Plumlee for Paul Pierce. Now, Pierce was a free agent in this past free agent class, and people were telling me in the stream to go after him, but I wasn't quite looking at the comments every time, and or like every second or whatever, so to say, so I didn't end up seeing it. But later, I was like, okay, I'll explore trade options for Paul Pierce. So I trade for him. Then I basically dump Marshawn Brooks for a minimum salary player and sign Ray Allen. So we're getting a bit of the old Celtics back. Now, the big thing with this roster now is we have a lot of good players. Our top, our top 7 is all like the lowest is 77 overall. So those minutes are going to be really hard to distribute, and that's something I'm really going to have to work out throughout this season. Our top 7 is Eric Bledsoe, Marcus Page, Jabari Parker, Jared Sullinger, Roy Hibbert, and then off the bench we got Okafor and Paul Pierce. Other than that, everyone's like a low 70s overall. I'm not too worried about managing their minutes. I think if they get 10, 15 minutes a game, we'll be fine. I'm not going to be overplaying a lot of my guys. I'm really just getting like the starters only getting 30 minutes and stuff like that. But anyway, if it does come to a problem like that, I will look to make some trades. But I'm really hoping this core works out because I really like having Paul Pierce and Ray Allen back on the Celtics. And I would have loved to have KG back too, but obviously he retired. So you guys are probably wondering, what about Avery Bradley? Where is Avery Bradley? What's his injury? Like how long is he going to be out? He's out 4 to 6 months still. I did not realize the torn MCL was going to keep him out the entire summer and then another 4 to 6 months. I don't like. Is that actually like what happens? I thought a torn MCL was more like a. I don't even know, like a 4 to 6 month injury from the start. I didn't realize it was as bad as like an ACL, but I'm pretty sure it's not. It might be a glitch or something. I don't really know. Anyway, that it could be a blessing in disguise. I mean, giving Page more minutes. This, if we had Bradley healthy, then our top 8 would all be 80 overall, so that'd be really hard to manage. I think having it that he's out a little bit could be a blessing in disguise, but we'll see. He's gonna be tough to replace. I'm certainly gonna miss him. His defense. He's really going to make our defense worse, which is too bad because Page is not a great defender, although he had a perimeter defense when we drafted him, but I wouldn't count on him being a great defender. Anyway, that's pretty much going to do it. You can see the scrimmage here with some of the new guys. I try to put all the new guys like Ray, Paul Pierce, Hibbert, Marcus Page. I don't know who else I put in there, but nonetheless, that's pretty much going to do it. So I do want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy the offseason. We made some big moves, and like I said, I think this is a championship team in the making. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you did enjoy, and just out. Peace.